Good morning, 你好. Welcome to China Direct Sourcing and the Lindy Chen channel. My name is Lindy Chen. I'm very excited to be here and share my insight about importing from China with you. I will upload a new video in English, and every Wednesday and Friday, I will upload the video in Chinese. Share with you how to make a million and not get burned. In the last video, I shared with you about the China opportunity in the current economic climate. And today, I will discuss with you the topic, how much should I order from China? In my week 2 video, I gave some tips on how to determine what products to import and which one to avoid. Now it's time to work out how many units you want. Many people at this stage say, I don't know how many I want because I don't know how many I will sell, or I just want a few to test the market. Knowing the quantity is important because you have to tell the supplier in order for them to give you a quote. The quantity will determine how many factories will want to do business with you. Specify too many units, and some factories won't quote because it's beyond their capacity. Specify too few units, and the factory won't quote because it's not feasible for them to produce your item. You want to attract at least 6 quotes for your product to help determine a fair market price to pay, as prices vary greatly in China. You need to forecast 1. First order quantity, 2. Monthly, quarterly, and annual volume. Most suppliers are only interested in how many items you want on your first order because they only get paid one order at a time. Suppliers know from experience that forecasts beyond the first order can lack accuracy, particularly for startup businesses. But for your own purpose, you need to forecast your monthly, quarterly, and annual volume because you need to select a supplier that has the capacity to produce your volume, particularly if you have big plans. Generally, we recommend keeping your first order to the minimum the supplier will allow, which is normally called MOQ, minimum order quantity, to minimize your risk if the supplier and/or product doesn't meet specific expectations. A small order in international trade may mean at least a half a container, but keep in mind a full container is better value as there may not be much price difference in the freight between a half and a full container. Container are either 20 foot or 40 foot, and once again, a 40 foot container can be better value. However, on the first order, a 20 foot container would be at less risk. To calculate how many units will fit in a container, you will need to know the dimension of your product, including packaging. Contact China Direct Sourcing via our website www.chinadirectsourcing.com.au for container dimensions. If you are importing small, high-value items, then air freight may be appropriate. Check supplier website to see if they advise minimum order quantity, MOQ. Some factories advise their MOQ, and for others, it will depend on factors like product value, product type, tooling requirement, product dimensions, how many fit in a container, frequency of purchase, etc. On your first order, you need to balance getting a reasonable size order to cover the fixed costs involved in importing, with less being conservative to reduce the risk. Some people are tempted to exaggerate the quantity required to get a better price and/or deal with from the supplier, as well as attracting the supplier's attention. We don't recommend this strategy. It is better to provide a realistic estimation of what you actually want to order in your first contact with the supplier. If, when you place your order, the quantity that you want has dropped from the original quantity, the Chinese supplier is more than likely going to lose interest in completing your order and may become irritated. The supplier may increase his price for your new lower volume requirement. Certain suppliers only want to run large quantities, And if you reduce the size of the order, they may find all sorts of excuses to delay your order, or even worse, not to produce your order. This can certainly be a pitfall, and in this situation, I would recommend selecting another supplier. In the next video, you will learn whether it's actually feasible to import from China. Sometimes it's better value to buy locally. From myself and the team at China Direct Sourcing, thank you for watching this video series. If you like what you see and hear and want to know more about it, please subscribe our channel. Contact China Direct Sourcing website www.chinadirectsourcing.com.au if you need any assistance, or buy the book and DVD Import from China from www.importingfromchina.com.au written by me. And good luck with you importing from China. Enjoy the program. Until then, 再见。